The first maker movement really started way back in the 1970s. Homemade domes were big. Domes were invented by Bucky Fuller and were cool because you could build a big place yourself with little material. Here some hippies set up a small camp near Lovely Hot Springs in the California desert. It's sort of like Burning Man 40 years early. Unencumbered by convention, the hippies made all kinds of homemade shelters, including inflatable structures supported solely by air. Bucky was also an inspiration for a resource called the Whole Earth Catalog. This was a publication telling you the best tools to build your house yourself or grow your own food. The catalog itself was published with the simplest of tools: paper, wax, an IBM Selectric typewriter, and a Polaroid camera. You could use them in the middle of the desert, which is what Stuart Brand did. Pages of the Whole Earth Catalog were homemade, very personal, filled with deep enthusiasm and amateur obsession about both old and new ways of doing things. You could learn how to start raising bees or begin blacksmithing. The catalog didn't shun high tech either. It was the first to recommend personal computers. It was a huge book, written by readers, and it got fat over time. But when the internet came along, it died. Most of the things it was trying to do, the web did better. I once edited the Whole Earth Catalog, and after it died, I began carrying on its tradition on a blog called Cool Tools. I recently put the best of the cool tools into an oversized book, on paper. This is the same size as the Whole Earth Catalog, but in color. It has 99% new material, updated for this century. Here's how the book works. The book begins with a subject guide to what's inside, and then it starts with an introduction to the people who made the book, including an introduction to the tools that we used to make the book itself, and a little short creation myth on where the idea came from, and an FAQ in case you want to know why we do things. After that, I begin with this idea that you don't need to buy all the tools in this book. You just need to know that these tools exist. And so I talk about general stropping strategies and such things as the best warranties in the world, and a review of the sites that review tools. It's kind of meta, I know. The main point is that this is crammed with all kinds of things, from how to build a log cabin, print 3D objects, win a fight, grow mushrooms, run for a local office, work at home, put on a house concert, heat with wood, troubleshoot, start a startup. It's full of all kinds of things, and in the back is an index and a table of contents, but the best way to use this is to browse and discover tools you didn't know exist. With the right tool, you can invent new things. I am really excited by this new book, Cool Tools. It's one of the funnest things I've done in a long time, and I made it for you. Actually, I made it for my 3 children. I wanted to give them a book that when they left home and were on their own, they would have a guide to show them the things that were possible in life. It would equip them to do almost anything they wanted to do. It's a catalog of possibilities. You don't need to buy anything in this book. It's important, though, that you know these tools exist and that these possibilities exist. If you open it up, I'm sure you will find something in it that you didn't know that was useful, that would help you to do something you maybe never imagined doing. That's the purpose of this catalog of possibilities. I really think that you will enjoy it. I had a blast making it, and I hope that it can help as many people in the world as possible. Thanks.